happen eventually.
Gotta sense the weight.
If we miss our flight, it's the airport's fault.
Yep, they should compensate us.
Giant French fry. We are going to sail away on somebody's face. You'd think these were $4.99, but she scanned them both for me. Neither of them are $4.99, so I gave her the sign. And conveniently, the sign's put back. What a scam. So I found the plane, but I seem to have lost Christiana. She's somewhere. We're taking that little puddle jumper, but we're jumping a lot of puddles. Sounds like Christiana almost got in a fight with a security guard. I'm excited to hear this story, but I need to find her first because she's not here at the gate. I think she's at the wrong gate. She hasn't responded to my text, but the text we got from United said C14. Our boarding pass says C10 now, so let's walk over to C14 and see if she's over here. This is a Denver flight, but not until later today, and she's not here. Well, it's official. She got takened. That means I need to get my Liam Neeson strategy out. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. But I lack a very particular set of skills. I will probably not find you. But if I do, I will probably not do anything. Because you can probably fight better than I can. That's Liam Neeson here, right? Oh, never mind. She texted me. She's by Auntie Anne's. I have no idea what that is. So I'm at the end of the airport now, and I still don't see an Auntie Anne's. I wonder if she went through the wrong security checkpoint. Because I don't see her anywhere. Wait, no, here we go. Auntie Anne's. We had to walk really fast here because someone had to get a pretzel. So tell me how you got in a fight with the TSA agent.
Oh, it wasn't a TSA agent. It was a lady in line.
Ah.
And she was, a long time putting her stuff on the thing. And so I went to go walk through the metal detector because I was done. I was prepared. And she, finished up and then was actually, I think I'm supposed to be in front of you. And so she jumped in front of me because who cares? And then the metal detector went off on her and she had to take off her shoes. And I went through and it was fine because I know how to travel.
There were no people around me at security. I just went right through.
But it wasn't a long line or anything. I don't know why she was so insistent that she was ahead of me. She wasn't.
So there was a lady just standing in the middle of the aisle next to our seats, just blocking people. And then we get to our seats and there were two bags just left by our seats. There she is. Houston, we have a problem. You know what that problem is?
What?
We haven't told them where we are.
Oh, Houston.
We're in Houston. We have liftoff.
Yeah.
We're at the coolest airport I've ever been to. We're at ground level. We get to walk outside to get off the plane. Why can't all airports be like this?
Because it is too cold in Green Bay 90% of the year to do that.
We were just in Atlanta and they don't have that.
That's true. Some parts of the Atlanta airport, though, they do. We just don't ever fly out of that bit.
Let's do that next time.
Okay.
You can arrange it.
I'll do some research.
We just missed the rental car shuttle. So does this mean I can smoke a cigar, eat a cheeseburger, and listen to a CD instead? So we get a red pickup truck for our rental car.
The stars at night shine big and bright.
During the solar eclipse.
Stars at night shine big and bright.
Dallas stars.
He knows. He knows. They've got Walgreens here.
Ooh, they got a Walgreens. That is where I want to go.
Did we say why we're in Texas?
We're gonna look at some clouds because stupid weather.
Yep, we're here for the eclipse. This is my first time spending any real time in Texas, other than maybe when I was really young, but I don't remember those times.
I love Texas. If you've been watching my older videos, you know that I've been all over this state and spent a lot of time here. It's my second favorite state.
What's your first favorite?
Wisconsin, of course.
I had no idea.
Nothing's better than Wisconsin.
There are too many roads.
That's Texas for you.
The stars at night shine big and bright.
Buc-ee's is the best gas station.
Ooh. Stars at night shine big and bright.
Also in the day during the eclipse. So we're done with Houston. We've seen it all.
Yeah, all of the Hobby Airport, all of the Bush Airport, and a couple of roads.
And that's
terrible drivers.
That's basically all Houston is. So we're at a much better place. Hello. I would like to change my luggage. I'm collecting one of these from each Buc-ee's I go to. I have a beef jerky wall. Boy, this shirt looks familiar. I would buy this shirt, but I'm not gonna spend $72 on a fun shirt for this trip. And these are apparently Star Wars. Oh, that's why this one's Star Wars. So they don't have a fitting room. Christiana's getting a swimsuit, so I have to get a matching one. The one in Georgia has a fitting room. I was surprised they didn't here. But she told me, the lady that works here, she said, don't be ashamed, it's just a gas station. You can just try it on here. She says, if you go over by the sunglasses, there's a mirror. I'm not taking my pants off for you, lady. I don't care if I'm just at a gas station. So we've been on the road for like 2 hours now. We found something else pretty cool that we should check out.
I'm excited.
I don't think I've ever seen something like this before.
I'm gonna pee.
It's a Buc-ee's! Wouldn't it have been funny if we decided to stop at like a public pool or something?
Good person.
And you said you had to pee?
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that in pools too.
I know, but Buc-ee's bathrooms are so nice.
I know, I want to live in one. Wonder how long I could stay in one before they'd kick me out.
Are they open 24/7?
I don't know. Probably.
Alright, this parking lot is crowded.
2 Buc-ee's is better than 1. I think I have a problem. My problem is not that I buy too much, it's that I can't decide which one I want from this one. So I spent another $60 at Buc-ee's. One of these days I'll spend some money and get gas here. No comment? Are you mad at me?
Yes.
Because I asked you to drive?
No, because you said it's not safe for me to drive anywhere.
Oh, it's because you drive so slow.
I drive an appropriate speed for the speed limit.
You drive slow.
Slower than you doesn't mean less safe.
I don't know.
Stars at night, shine big and bright.
I know, shortcut. So we're at another Texas favorite. It's not another Buc-ee's though, unfortunately. But fortunately, it's probably my favorite like fast food burger in the country. And last time I had it, they had like 2 stands in Austin and 1 in San Antonio. We just looked it up. It's like 10 years later. What are you looking at?
You.
Oh, it looks like you're looking back there.
No.
Does it look like she was looking back there?
I'm looking at your ear.
Anyways, now they're everywhere in like San Antonio and Austin. P. Terry's.
Paterry's.
I'm so excited.
The P is silent. It's just called Terry's.
No, the H is silent. And invisible.
No, the F is silent. And then you say, there's no F in P. Terry's.
There's no F in P. Terry's.
There is. I'm looking at one right now.
I don't think so.
That's a P. Terry's.
Yeah?
You guys, please tell me somebody else got this. You said there's no F in P. Terry's.
Mm-hmm.
There is. One right there. That's a P. Terry's.
But there's no F in it.
Yeah, but it's like you're saying effing.
Oh, you can't say that on YouTube.
You just said it like 3 times.
All right, let's go eat.
I'm hungry.
How good does this look? Yeah. No way, there's another one? Alright, I know where we're going. There's a Buc-ee's credit card? Did you hear her in the car going, no? She's the killer of joy. Well, you're not doing it anymore?
You're gonna hit somebody.
She was imitating the sound of that.
Bling, 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 bling. Pay attention.
I'm good at tuning out her yapping.
Come it in.
Alright, which one should I get here? I like going to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, actually, this one was pretty good. It was like,
Easily top 3.
it was my joke. I told him I was gonna say that joke. Then he said it.
I told her the joke earlier. She tried to take it away.
That is a lie.
Yeah.
I told it to him specifically, so he didn't say the joke in there when like I wasn't around, and did it anyway.
You want to try it again?
No, because you're just gonna leave this whole thing in.
Would I do something like that?
Yes.
Okay, doing it again. Go ahead. Time for joke.
Those are pretty good Buc-ee's.
Yeah?
I'd say it's easily top 3 of the day.
That was a really good joke.
John is a joke stealer.
No, I don't think so.
No,
A joke
well,
stir,
no.
maybe.
Oh, you're getting a phone call. To err is human.
So, we just got to San Antonio. She doesn't want to do anything. She wants to lay in the room and read a book for the rest of the night. And it's like 4 o'clock. And, I mean, we got a finite amount of time here. I'm not a sit in the hotel room type of person. So I am going to be going to the Riverwalk. San Antonio is like my favorite city in the country. So I had to get sneaky. Christian and I have this thing where we send each other postcards whenever we go on trips, even if we're together, but we try to be sneaky about it. So I came downstairs, wrote it out in the truck, and went back upstairs later. I got stamps and like had to sneak them out of the room because it was in my bag. And I'm halfway down the street and I cannot find the stamps anywhere. So I went all the way back, retraced my steps to see if they fell out of my pocket when I pulled out my phone to film the last clip. Couldn't find them anywhere. Was right in front of the room and I found them mixed up in my pocket with like my credit card and driver's license and stuff. So now I gotta find a mailbox. Hopefully soon, because I'm nervous that I'm gonna lose the postcards. I was with her, we were together when I bought the postcards, or at least the San Antonio one. And so I had it hidden. We were like separated in the store. It was at Buc-ee's, and I was ready to go run up to the register to buy it, and then she starts following me everywhere. And I was about ready to abandon the postcard so she wouldn't see me buy it. And then she's like, well, I have to go to the bathroom before we leave. Perfect. So I was able to buy it without her knowing. I'm assuming. I don't know, I'm not a very good liar, so maybe she saw it and that's why she wanted to go to the bathroom, to help me keep it a surprise. free box cutter. I would absolutely take that, but I'm not gonna be able to get on my flight to go home, so I can't keep it. Someone will pick it up. I'm sure someone will grab it, so it won't get thrown away. So Christiana's a really good liar, which maybe I should be a little worried about. But she told me that she doesn't have any stamps and doesn't want to steal mine again, so she won't be sending me any postcards on this trip. She's tried that bit before. I'm not falling for it again. So I know that she's secretly sending postcards. Smarter than your average bear. One of these roads I need to turn. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been to San Antonio, like 15 years, 10 years maybe. I'll figure it out. Okay, so the reason none of the streets look familiar, I was walking in the wrong direction. But I know where I'm going now. I hope. Also, I think I may have walked into a not so good part of town. I don't know. There are palm trees though, so it can't be that bad. These houses actually look pretty nice. Maybe I'm wrong. This is a pretty neat area. Let's take this mysterious path right here. This will take us somewhere cool. Right here it looks like a normal Riverwalk, but there's nothing normal about the San Antonio Riverwalk. So basically the short story is the river goes right through downtown, so it's about 2 stories below street level, and there were flooding issues. There was one plan where they were going to completely cover the river and have it like an underground drainage thing. I'm glad they didn't do that. And then like 20s through 40s, they made it like a big architectural thing. We were able to save the river and help prevent flooding with some dams and a bypass. But they made this really cool thing. I'm still not there yet. I'm walking along the river. I'm on the Riverwalk. But the real special part is downtown. And I'm working my way there now. I probably should have made note of what hotel we're staying in because I have no idea how to get back. I'll figure it out later though. That's a problem for future John. It's so nice down here. So, little known story about me. When I was 18 maybe, I wanted out of Green Bay. I was cold. It was the winter. And I had a little bit of money saved up. It wasn't much. But I did one of those things where you go to the airport and you say, I want to take the first flight out of here somewhere warm. And that's what I did. And it happened to be San Antonio. And the rest is history. I came down here so many times. Every time I had a little bit of money to fly or drive, I would come down here. I even ended up living in Mexico for a little while, a couple hours away from here. So I can come up here more frequently. Although the cold weather wasn't much of an issue there. I love this place. If I could retire somewhere, it would probably be here in the wintertime, not in the summertime. It's too hot here in the summer. It's already too hot here. But I'm enjoying it because it's much different than the 14 inches of snow we got the other day. Hey, look what I found. Neenah, Wisconsin. A little bit of home. I don't know about you, but I want to go in there. Hi. You know, it's not a What's John Doing video without birds.
You're right, it's 5:30. Sorry, I'm watching.
I'm back up on the surface. There's got to be a mailbox around here somewhere. But they've got tour boats and taxi boats that go through. I took a taxi boat once and someone tried to jump on while he was pulling off. Man, he was so annoyed by that, the driver. The captain. These old locks, they're cool, but my favorite are the combination locks. That way you can come remove it if you break up. Although they're attached to someone else's lock, so I don't know how that works. That's a love triangle that I don't want to get involved with. There's gotta be a mailbox around here somewhere. No parking. I don't know if you could fit a car in here if you tried. Maybe a smart car? Ooh, that smelled really good. See, the problem is I keep seeing blue recycling bins. And it's about the size of a blue mailbox. It throws me off. There's gotta be one around here somewhere. We're in downtown, the 7th largest city in the country. It's gotta be here somewhere. Aha! Ah, there's a bus in the way. It's over there, I promise you. I'm so close. So close. Alright, found my urinal. Sure smells like one over here. And this is quite nice to stand over. It really smells like a urinal over there. But it makes sense, because that's just where I put the postcards, right in the urinal. Alright, let's go find the river again. There really is a homeless people problem here. That guy's been sitting there for so long. He's just not moving anymore. I don't know, I can't think of a good joke. Alright, found the water right here.
I'll be your captain for the next 30 minutes.
So this is the Casa Rio, which is like the famous restaurant here on the water. According to that sign, since 1946. It's the only place on the Riverwalk that I've actually eaten, and I wasn't impressed. I feel like most of the places down here it's going to be like that, where it's too touristy, where they don't even need to really try. But I bet if you go a couple blocks off, you'll find some really good food. Unfortunately, because the eclipse is Monday, there's a lot of people here. And the line to get in the, for the river cruise tour thing, which I've never done, is really long. I don't think we're going to be doing that to this weekend. Unless maybe we do it Monday during the eclipse. Because I feel like people are going to want to be west of town, where the center of the eclipse is. Maybe. I don't know. So I'm in La Velita Village, where they're having some sort of farmer's market or flea market or something. Some sort of market. I wish Cristiano was here. She would love this. So I made a friend. He plays the guitar. I collect the tips. My hat's empty right now, though. Video games have taught me that I need to bust this open to find some treasure. So apparently this is an art show. So another fun story about my youth. Cristiano says most of the stories about my youth are sad. So you tell me if these are all sad. When I was probably about 17, I was hanging out downtown in Green Bay. And there was buskers. Someone playing a guitar, just playing a guitar. He wasn't even collecting donations. Didn't have a hat or anything. So I took my hat off and set it on the ground and sat next to him. And we got like 30 or 40 bucks in tips. And he split it with me because it was my hat. That was pretty cool.
Did you hear about it? I read about him. No.
So apparently I work here now. Lady asked me to help close up her tent. So I was zipping up everything and closing up the sides. I'm assuming it was her tent. I closed up some tent here.
Just go where I only go where that tourists like, ooh, it's but
Okay, those were really cool. Really is a shame everyone's closing up. I wish I got here earlier. I love finding things like this. So I'm the type of person, I buy Christmas gifts year round. And I just got Cristiano something that, holy crap, she is going to love it. Apparently this thing is happening again tomorrow, but maybe I shouldn't take her here tomorrow so she doesn't see it. There's a whole booth selling this type of thing. And I really want to tell you guys about it because it's got a really cool story. I sat and chatted with the artist, but she's gonna watch this video. So I cannot do that, unfortunately. Green tent is the one that I work at. Does that mean I should get a cut of the profits? I don't know how that works. always wonder with things like this, when they close up for the night, how do they keep people from stealing the stuff? Do they take everything back with them? Do they have a guard here? Do they sleep in it, like camping? But I don't want to ask someone because I feel like they're going to be worried that I'm going to try and rob them at night. The tent that I closed up was still full of stuff, which now I'm really starting to wonder if that person worked there. Or if maybe that was just the competition. They run the tent across the way that sells similar stuff. Why don't you help me close this one up? Was I an accessory? So I'm back on the Riverwalk. I'm gonna go to a place with air conditioning and nice bathrooms because I don't know, there are bathrooms here. I feel like they're probably not very nice though. Like a public pool bathroom. This is kind of a public pool. Probably don't take too kindly if you go swimming in it. And it's probably a little gross, but you could. Christiana finished her book, so maybe she'll come join us. We're having a nice walk right now, aren't we? I feel like this is a nice little walk. This is the point of the video where I'm by myself, so I feel like I need to keep talking to fill the time because I've got nobody to talk to. Maybe I'll just find a random person and start talking to them. That's the restaurant again, the one that I've eaten at. It's on all of the postcards. It's nice and breezy down here. I don't remember the purple. That must be new. Ooh, there's a duck. I don't think he paid for the tour. I think he's trying to get a freebie. Somehow I don't think those flowers are real. They just seem somehow artificial. This kind of looks like a ransom note. Dum Dum want gum gum. Look how nice this is though. Holy cow, look at this crowd of people. Yeah, we're definitely not taking a boat tour. So at the very end, well, one of the many ends of the river is a shopping mall. You know how much I love malls. This is one of the places where I used to just kind of hang out. It was very peaceful. They used to have music playing. It's been so long since I've been here. There was another place that's one of the fancy hotels. There were like rocking chairs, and there wasn't a lot of people by that area, so I could just sit on one of those and relax all day. But I need to go in here and find a bathroom and enjoy the AC for a minute. Excuse me, it's not Tuesday. I need to go to Fat Saturdays. What kind of view do you get from your mall? I wish every mall had a view like this. I'm so mad right now. When we were at the Buc-ee's in Katy, Texas, I made a joke how something along the lines of I would take a picture of the Buc-ee's sign blocking the sun and say that's the real Eclipse or something like that. Look what I just found on Facebook. Not only is it my joke, but if it focuses, it's the same exact Buc-ee's. 898 comments. That could have been me. Somebody there must have overheard my joke. What a view. Alright, I gotta get back out there. I gotta find my way downstairs. The AC in here isn't very good anyway. And the bathroom is kind of gross. Alright, Christiana's coming out. I'm meeting her somewhere. I told her to go east on Chavez and meet me on the corner of Chavez and Aubrey. She's good with directions. She'll figure it out. I've got a longer walk to get there. She says my instructions are gibberish. I feel like the cardinal directions are not gibberish. They are the cardinal directions. They're not the Blue Jay directions. They're not the pigeon directions. They're the cardinal directions. She's going to be waiting a while. I misjudged how close I was. She's got to walk like 3 blocks. I got to walk like 3 miles. But I overheard someone say that if you fall in the water, it's a $300 fine. So, most expensive public pool ever. Christiana's worried that she's going to get mugged. So I messaged her and said, how do I know this is the real Christiana and not a homeless person who stole her phone was trying to lure me away from my safe space, and she deflected. So I think she's no longer with us. I responded, I said, what would the real Christiana say to me right now? But I spelled her name wrong. I spelled it with just one N, like most of the people in the comments of these videos. Oh, the response is correct. She said, that's not how you spell my name. So it is the real Christiana. I'm at, oh, bird. I don't know if you could see him. He was on the light. I am at like 15,000 steps already. And I basically sat in the car and did nothing else until 4 o'clock. It's like 6 o'clock. Oh, they're preaching up there. She's already on the Riverwalk, but she's at the part that's not cool where we first walked down, where it's just like a normal Riverwalk. But I asked her if she was on the east or the west side of the river, and she told me to stop making up words. At least she's pretty. I don't think she's gonna like these jokes. She's actually much smarter than me, so just want to put that out there. And prettier than me, sometimes. I'm a pretty pretty person as well. I think I see her. It's very bumpy when I'm walking and zoomed in that far. So we're sitting having dinner at a British place. We've got a section all to ourselves right on the water. They knew celebrities were showing up, so they had to treat us right. Scotch eggs, never had them before. So I've got a cottage pie. She's got British fish tacos.
It's on the stage.
So it turns out I like British food.
I'm not surprised.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Those egg things were amazing. Also, there's another British thing. I'm assuming it's British because it's in there that I just absolutely love and wish would catch on in America. They had hot water piped into their toilet.
I noticed that. I was so confused.
I felt like I had a heated seat, and then I realized when I was
Wiping?
doing my business that the whole inside of the bowl was warm. Then I touched the pipes on the outside and those were warm. Then I dipped my hand. No, I didn't do that. But it was so nice. I think America should start doing that. That's one thing the British have done right.
Yeah, heated water, but also bidets.
I could do without those.
Did you just not have a bidet?
No. Did yours have one? Mine, the toilet wasn't even attached to the floor. It was very wobbly.
I did not notice that. Whenever I went into the stall, though, I needed to flush before I could use it. And that's when I noticed that the handle was warm, and that was weird. And then I sat down and it was warm. I was like, I don't feel like this is a normal amount of warm for just like a person was sitting on it. And then when I went to wipe, I was like, oh, okay, I understand.
You touch the toilet handle with your hand? I've never done that. I always like lift my foot up.
I do that sometimes, but I also heard that that's bad etiquette because there are some people who can't do that
Well,
or
that's their
that
problem.
don't, and then you have forced them to now touch the bottom of your shoe, which is grosser because you just walked in the bathroom.
Yeah, I've been walking in puddles every time I walk in the bathroom, so.
Yeah.
Is this a fun video? I hope you're eating while you're watching this. Here, let me sign my pants for you. Howdy, partner. I'd say I'm a man of many hats.
That was the joke I was gonna make.
She didn't even tell
I
me.
didn't even tell him.
She said she wanted to say something.
And then I said, it'd be better if you're wearing both of the hats when I say it. And then he knew. And he stole it. Again.
How can I steal something that I don't even know?
Because you know what I think.
I wish I knew what you were thinking.
I'm going to eat the phone. Ah.
I could see your mouth moving.
I'm not a very good ventriloquist. Didn't you just buy a storage unit for one of those?
Yeah.
Like the like.
Rude. We're in the purple era. That's one of hers. Speak now. That era. She's not having none of it.
Tired.
She's got her own island all to herself. Alright. You thought we were taking a picture, didn't you? We need to pee into this fountain together, and then we can switch bodies.
I don't particularly want to switch bodies.
But it might
Mine's
be
in
fun.
better health.
Mine's in great health. I'm ready to keep walking another 10 hours, and you're tired. Think of the endurance you would have.
That's true. You could menstruate for me. That would be great.
And I can design nuclear power plants.
No, that would not be great for anybody.
I think it would be fun. How hard can it be? Oh, let's join this creepy meeting in the dark.
If I learned anything from movies, they are about to come up to life as soon as those lights go out. So we should probably get out of here.
But we can make all kinds of friends. That guy has a goat.
I kind of feel like the goat might be Satan.
That's okay. I like goats. They're delicious. They did come to life. That lowrider had music jamming, so I started dancing, and then she started dancing, and then apparently they turned the music down. So we're almost back to the hotel, and we're in it seems like a sketchier area, and we didn't get robbed.
Yet.
We didn't get robbed.
We're about to go around that corner. Somebody's gonna be there.
There was that homeless guy that I've joked about being the valet, and you laughed to make sure the front desk lady knew that I was joking.
She seemed worried that we would give our keys to just some random.
A guy walked in and she just yelled at him, "You cannot be in here!" And he said, "Fine, I don't want to be in here." And when he left, I said, "Wait, that wasn't the valet. I gave him the keys." And
Yeah,
Christiana laughed to make sure that she knew that I was joking.
She like very tentatively laughed, but it was kind of like looking back and forth between us, like, oh, I hope not. I wanted to reassure her. It was just.
I recently learned that when I tell jokes to people, she will laugh, like fake laugh, just so they know that it's a joke.
Only if it's an uncomfortable joke, because he'll tell jokes to people who are working, where like they might have an ethical responsibility to respond in a certain way if he's being serious, and I want them to know, no, you don't need to call the cops. It's fine. That's just his sense of humor.
Why does everyone want to call the cops on me?
Not on you, for you.
Oh,
If the homeless guy stole our truck,
I'm funny though.
you are hilarious.
So it's the next day. It's a little chilly. It's like 71 degrees.
No, it's ridiculous. What's it in Green Bay?
Probably 21 degrees. We are going somewhere, but I forgot where we're going.
I never remember that place.
Well, we'll figure it out. we travel well.
Ago, they opened the Lego Land Discovery Center here in Fair 1968. 50 Hemisphere Park at the Portuguese Pavilion. It was a gift from Mexico the summer of 2002, 22 years ago. The sculptor Sebastian carried here on flatbed trucks and lifted with cranes. Families. Is today the Nate Lewis Mill. 404 feet tall, 30 stories, neo-Gothic style architecture. 72 courthouses in the United States, 18 of them in Texas, and the state capitol out in Arizona. On this bridge directly overhead. Did you see the boat captain who was the second tallest free?
She's so angry because we have to go upstairs.
For no reason. We don't even know if there's a bathroom up there.
There's a bathroom somewhere.
Yeah, probably on the lower level.
There's probably a fountain or something you can use.
There's a mostly empty bottle of, I think, tea.
You can use that?
No, you can use that. Or if you tell me the joke and then you immediately tell me wrong.
She's angry because I told her I'd take her to Target. We definitely forgot the Alamo because it's under construction.
You go over there and I said, you guys want me in every picture. Even more than neighbors. All they had to do was look at.
Someone's tired of walking. You want to talk to them?
Not right now.
We had delicious pizza and someone dropped their phone from the balcony very high up.
It was obliterated.
It sounded like a gunshot when it hit the metal roof next to us and then it landed on the sidewalk.
I'm just glad that it didn't fall on us.
Yeah, after that happened, I realized we don't have a roof over us, so. Apparently the phone was like bent in half.
Yeah.
It sounded like a gunshot.
Whenever she picked it up, I could see like the screen had basically like come off and it was shattered. But they came down to retrieve it, so maybe they got insurance. I don't know.
Alright, it's just us now. Christiana had to take a nap, so I walked her to the hotel. We're going to the Alamo. Try not to forget this time. The Alamo's got to be somewhere over here. They have fake buildings here.
Got tequila? Thank you all so much. I appreciate it very much.
I'm running from a gang of bandits. There we go. That's part of it. I think we're in the right direction. So that's why it's so hot out today. They have a fire burning. That's why all of Texas is hot right now. That's my theory, at least. I'm trying to get in and not finding any luck here. I wonder if this is what it was like during the Alamo War. Probably just like this. All right, I found the most important part, the gift shop. Problem is, it's behind a gate. Everywhere you look, there's a wall. Oh, we got a floor plan. It changed a little bit in 1783, but they kept this tree. By 1835, the tree was still there. 1836, still got this tree. This tree must be important if it's on these diagrams, I guess. 1836 to 1846. This tree's getting big. 1861, they built a house next to it. So there's probably a tire swing hanging from it by now. Oh, but by 1900, corporate greed. They built a factory instead of took out the tree. That's a shame. I found it. Remember. Okay, I forgot. What am I supposed to remember? Oh, I wonder if this is that tree. Somehow it looks different out there than what I remember. This is probably where all the soldiers hung out. Right below the air conditioning. It's my favorite spot. Now when we look out this window, it just looks so much different than the other windows. I bet that's where all the treasure is. Well, what do we have here? Oh, it's a well. Oh, there's money down there. I wonder if that money is like original. What's that one? It's like Monopoly money. Are we allowed in here? I'm going to assume we are not. Gift shop's closed. The key part of the diet of these fish appears to be coins. Alright, I'm ready for dessert. I don't think that's for me though. It should be. It should be to celebrate my entry into the Alamo. I made it. I'm really surprised they closed the gift shop so early. There's gotta be 1,000 people here. Think of all the money they'd make. I would be buying a sticker. Look, it's Chevy Chase, I think. Alright, who are we shooting at? Nobody, apparently. Alright, I came, I saw, I Alamo'd. Let's go look at some fish. Oh, this is that fake building. So, I'm guessing this is like North Korea, where all their grocery stores are filled with like cardboard cutouts of produce. That way tourists think there's a lot going on there. I think that's what they're doing here. It's all a facade. Wait, hold on. I need my tinfoil hat. Ooh, this is gonna be cool when it's done. I really love this place, and I never want to leave. Apparently these big trees are natural, and they're like 300 years old, and I almost fell. Isn't that cool? They just built around them. And a lot of this river is actually man-made. The bypass to help prevent flooding issues. I bet these rundown buildings will look really cool when they're done. Cristiano would like them. One of them's called a book building. So we haven't been on this part of the river yet. I have several times, but not on this trip. It's been like 15 years whenever I was last down here. I've been down here since then. I don't know, 10 years maybe. But we got a long walk ahead to get to the fish. I've been in that waterfall. This part of the Riverwalk is still developed really nice, but it's not as commercial. It doesn't have all the shops, the restaurants, and all that. I like this area too, but I prefer the more commercial part. I don't know, it's more fun for me. I do like this area better than the first part when we first came on the Riverwalk yesterday, where it's just like a little paved trail along a river. It's not, you know, down below street level like this and all done up. So tomorrow is the eclipse. And I honestly don't know what tomorrow's gonna look like. The original plan was we were, flying into Houston, come spend a couple days in San Antonio, enjoy the Riverwalk, and then drive up to a town called Kerrville, which is, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours northwest of here. Was dead center of the eclipse. We get like 4.5 minutes of it. Super excited about that. But then they said it was gonna be cloudy, and for the past 10 days I've been looking at the weather report for Monday. Cloudy, 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 and it still says cloudy. But I saw a picture of someone who was out there staking it up today, and the sun did come out, and here the sun came out. So our plan kind of changed, and we were thinking about driving up to Austin and kind of wandering around Austin tomorrow, because I do love Austin. But if there's a chance that it could be sunny, if it's cloudy, it's just gonna get dark. You're not gonna see any stars. You might not even be able to see the ring where the sun used to be. I don't know if it's worth, because to go to Kerrville, the eclipse is at like 1 p.m.-ish. We would need to be leaving at like 4 a.m. And I know Christiana's not gonna like that. We haven't really discussed that yet. But looking on Reddit, a lot of people who are staying in San Antonio and going out there, that's about when they're leaving. Also, I didn't really think about paying for parking. There's a big festival out there, which is kind of cool. It's a town of like 24,000 people, and they're expecting 250,000 people to come. But it's $450 to get into this festival. So we would drive out there 4 a.m., probably be in traffic. That 2-hour drive will probably take like 6, 7, 8 hours. And that's all on the risk that it could be cloudy and we might not really see anything. But if it is sunny, I wouldn't say it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, but the next one over the US isn't for 20 years. I'm gonna be in my 50s, and going by genetics, my dad didn't make it into his 50s. He died at 49. So it could be once in a lifetime for me. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just hanging out with this bird. He's really tame. We're having a conversation. I don't want to get any closer because I thought I saw a little baby in the water. So I don't know if it's going to try and bite me. Ooh, he's coming closer to me. I like this place. All the seating is like swings, relaxing porch swings. I passed a river taxi a while ago. There's a lock back there, that's why I was able to pass them. But depending on how things time out, I might take the taxi back. It's a really long walk. I would assume several miles. I don't know. It's from the Alamo to the interstate along the river. I think this is it up ahead, finally. It's one of my favorite little hidden gems of the Riverwalk. I don't know how hidden it is, but it's quite a walk to get here. Finally made it. Do you see it? Do you see the fish? Here they are. The giant fish under the overpass. The boat, I don't know if you can see it, it's right behind me. I'm hoping I can get to the next stop before it passes, because the next one's not for an hour. They're closing in. They're going maybe twice the speed I'm going, so I've still got a little bit to go yet. Hopefully there's a stop coming up. There's the boat. There's the stop right there. I've never been over here. This is Pearl Springs. Super nice.
boarding us.
The flattest building you will ever see. So there was a lady on the boat with her two very small and very tired children. And by the time the big group got off, it was just me and her and her kids on there. And so he offered to drop her off at her hotel. And I asked him, can you drop me off at my hotel? He's like, sure, where is it? And I said, it's not on the river. He found it funny. I didn't need Cristiano to fake laugh, so he knew I was joking. He knew I was joking. Also, there was a guy. This is totally gonna be me when I get old. He's a local. He was on with a big group of people. I don't know if they were all together or what, but they got off at the same time. And he was like a tour guide. He knew everything. He was pointing out this building, this, and that building, that. You know, this building here, he said, when I was in college, they wanted $40,000 for it. And I thought, there's no way anyone would ever pay that much for that building. And now it's worth millions. And so he knew all of the things about everything down here, pointed out, described all the murals, what they're about, when things happened. Much better tour guide than the ones that we had here. And like the professionals, they were good too. So that was kind of nice. I enjoyed that. I'm debating if I want to head back by Cristiana or not, because she is not going to want to come back out unless I can convince her to come back out. That taxi ride, a round trip, is like 2 hours long. I would totally, and I think she would be down to do it. And according to the tour guide guy, a lot of the art installations like the fish and stuff light up at night. Unfortunately, there's only one more taxi for the night. It goes out, it doesn't come back, and we wouldn't even be able to get to that one because it's the one I was just on. I came to the end and he's going back out that way. So back at the lock bridge. No locks allowed on this one. It's a temporary fence. So over here we've got people who are showing their temporary love for each other because it's on the temporary fence. There's quite a few of them. You want to know how much barbecue sauce I want with my chicken nuggets? That much barbecue sauce. I hate it when my garbage cans get a rash. We are at Pearl Brewing Company, which is kind of where I hopped on the river taxi earlier. So it seems like a cool area. But we drove here because someone doesn't want to walk 15 miles. This place looked cool, but they closed in 20 minutes. So on to the next one. We're gonna find Pearl Brewery one of these days. It might be over here. We may have found it, but I don't see an entrance. Turns out, this place that she was trying to bring us to doesn't even exist. It's just a historical landmark. This is Pearl Brewery right here. All right, go have a drink. All right, we're going to Sternwith Tavern. I got the Prohibition Punch, which he made sure to notify me is non-alcoholic. I know. I only stay at hotels that have large pieces of industrial equipment in the lobby. Oh, I cannot show this to Christiana. We'll be broke. She's trying to get in.